Hello and welcome to another edition of Health with Patricia, where we have honest conversations about issues affecting your health and well-being. And it's time with your gynae. And the gynae today is Dr. Promise Sepoga. He's a consultant obstetrician gynecologist here at Shape Healthcare Specialist Medical Center. He is also a senior lecturer at the University of Ghana Medical School. Today we're discussing postpartum depression. How do we treat it? How is it managed? How are you even able to identify or tell if you were going through a postpartum depression? And my guests, as I said, we're discussing everything gynecological. He's going to help us understand. Doc.
Yes, Patricia.
Thank you very much for another time.
My pleasure.
And we're talking about postpartum depression.
Yep.
Who is at risk? Is it every mother is every mother that goes through postpartum depression? What are the types of postpartum depression? Is this something that can be managed or treated? And is this something that also occurs in every pregnancy? When you experience it or when you have it, how long does it take? Is it something that requires you taking in medication, or you need counseling, or you need to end up in a psychiatric home?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an extremely important subject, but somehow hasn't received, enough attention over the years. Broadly, we refer to them as maternal mental disorder.
Okay.
Okay. Or sometimes we say perinatal mental disorder. So it's a group of conditions basically that says that the woman who is either during pregnancy or has delivered is having some issues that are disturbing her psychological well-being. Now, the commonest for sure is the postpartum depression. Now we call it perinatal depression because it can happen, this is depression that can happen during pregnancy or after delivery.
Oh, okay.
Now, when a woman is pregnant, the woman goes through a lot of psychological and emotional turmoil. Sometimes just simple mood swings, because a pregnant woman is processing so many thoughts, including, would my baby be beautiful? Will my baby have hair? Will my baby look like me? How about if some part of the baby doesn't form well? Is my baby okay in there? The woman processes all of these. So that is likely to affect the woman's mood when they are pregnant.
Okay.
The woman who has lost a pregnancy before, when she's pregnant, she's so much anxious. Am I going to lose this one as well? What's really going on? And so, or a woman who has already what we call a bipolar medical problem.
Okay.
So when a pregnant woman is going through all these things, the placenta of the pregnancy produces some hormones that trigger some feel-good and calming hormones that keep the pregnant woman going.
Okay.
So we may not see that a pregnant woman is obviously depressed or battling all this because the body is taking care of her. When she delivers and the placenta is removed, right, then the trigger for the feel-good hormones are removed. But now there's a new baby. The woman has gone through pain of labor. Sometimes we do episiotomy where we cut the birth canal a little bit to make way for the baby. Or she's gone through cesarean section. She's going through a bit of pain. She has to breastfeed the baby every 2 to 3 hours. Her sleep is being disrupted. Changing baby nappies from time. So she's so stressed caring for the baby. On top of that, the pregnancy has made her to put on a bit of weight. Her color has changed. She's not looking as fresh. And she said, oh, all these body changes. Why? Okay. And so with all these, and then there's the absence of the natural ability to cope with these things. So all these put together, and to the extent to which the woman is vulnerable, she can get depressed.
Okay.
And that is what now leads to the postpartum depression. Okay. If a woman delivers and she feels a bit of mood swings, she's a bit, hey, don't touch my baby, or she's just there and then she's just crying, and then within a few days it passes. That's what we call baby blues. That is It's not a big problem, particularly for first-time mothers.
Okay.
Okay, but when it's depression, she withdraws. She doesn't feel interested. She feels disconnected to the baby. Sometimes she say, hey, don't bring the baby to me. I just want to be by myself. Because sometimes they feel that the baby is the cause of what they are going through.
Okay.
They get depressed. They want to withdraw. They are not bond. They are not connecting. They can't laugh. They're just there.
They just want to be alone.
Alone, and they don't want to connect to the baby. The problem is not affecting baby mad bonding. That is a problem. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, she's not able to feed the baby. When babies do not get breastfeeding, the family is forced to give them formula.
Yeah.
If they don't do that properly, the baby gets infection, baby gets diarrhea, baby can die. The mother who is depressed, she herself is not feeding well. So she's also losing her immunity, can get infections. Things can go wrong. She's not connecting with her partner, with the rest of the family. Okay. Ultimately, in some cases, the depression gets so severe that this woman becomes suicidal.
Okay.
Now, it is.
When we talk about being suicidal, is it?
They feel like
there,
harming themselves.
Yes, I understand though. But is there a situation that will want to harm the baby?
Yes, that is also there. That is what we call postpartum psychosis.
Okay.
And it's getting to a point where the woman is thinking that the baby is the cause of all this I'm going through. So I'm going to just take that baby's life and I'll be free. Or something tells them that this baby is about to suffer something very, very, very serious. And if I don't kill this baby myself, whatever will happen to the baby will be worse than the baby dying. That is psychosis.
Yeah.
That is the severest form. It's called postpartum psychosis. But the depression is much more common. Okay. Now, you'll be surprised to know that the research we did here in Ghana, we found that up to 41% of women who have delivered, 2 weeks after delivery, they have some form of depression. That's 4 out of 10. And some study our colleagues did in the Upper East region, they found 50.4%. So basically, 1 out of every 2 women have postpartum depression. But unfortunately, we don't screen for these things regularly or routinely. So a lot of it, we don't detect them. The women go home and they suffer in silence.
And also because people have little or no knowledge about this issue. So immediately it's presents itself as like you're either stigmatized.
Stigma is a big problem.
Yes.
And then they spiritualize it. Some survey we did nationwide, they say they take them to traditionalists, they take them to herbalists, they take them to ritualists, where they sacrifice things trying to solve the problem. Meanwhile, it's a medical problem.
Okay.
There's a medical reason why it is happening. Now, in the mild cases, all the woman will need, like you said, will be a bit of professional counseling with a clinical psychologist. If it's beyond that, the psychiatrist will come in, and then they may need medications to help them pull through.
Okay.
Yes, and there's a solution. Okay, but due to a lot of ignorance, our people are left to suffer in silence. Okay. And then it affects the mother, it affects her family relation, it affects the baby. And we are told that from research that these babies whose mothers suffer postpartum or perinatal depression, later on in life, tend to develop some learning problems. And some research in Ghana here found that those babies actually develop what we call stunted growth. They don't grow well just because their mothers had this problem. So it's such a big problem.
Yeah. So in this case, how do we help the women?
Good question. So, when we do the antenatal classes, we are teaching all these things to the women, to their spouses, and to the in-laws. Because if these things happen, the women themselves are not in the right frame of mind to say, this is what's happening to me. Take me to hospital. It tends to be the family that makes the decision for them. So then, when someone has delivered and they are behaving awkward, they are withdrawn, they don't want to bond with the baby, they don't want to carry the baby, they are not happy the way you expect them to be, there is something wrong. It's not like they are feeling too proud or above everybody. No, there is something medically going on. So refer them, bring them back to hospital, where we would assess them and get appropriate for professional care for them.
Okay.
That does it. Okay. Now, the woman, we did a research recently. The woman says some of the things that depress them, for instance, is when a woman delivers preterm, premature delivery,
Yeah.
because they are so concerned that this baby is so tiny. How can she even latch on my breast? How can I breastfeed her? How can I carry her? And that worries them. Some of them also say when they are told that we need to deliver you through cesarean section, it also behoves on us, the care providers, how we counsel the woman. And this is all ongoing. We are also educating ourselves that let's have a dedicated counseling session for if somebody has to go through cesarean section.
Okay.
Just to answer their questions, teach them that, oh, it is nothing unusual. This is what to expect. We take you to the theater, give you this injection, then the baby comes out, we show you the baby, we stitch it up nicely, you are okay. Just so we allay their anxieties.
Mm-hmm. Is this something that can affect every woman, or it also has to do with the ages?
So the baby blues are particularly common in the younger women or people who are giving birth for the first time.
Okay, sure.
But when it comes to perinatal depression, the study we did here in Ghana shows that women having their third children or more tend to have this.
Okay.
Women whose partners are not supportive. Okay. Women in abusive relationships. Women who are or who suffer some pregnancy-related complications that require blood transfusion. So these are some of the common risk factors we have found in this part of the world. And so when we see this risk, then we start dealing with it even before.
Okay.
Now, a lot of women are suffering abuses at home, what we call intimate partner violence, but they are not reporting it. Up to 1 out of every 3 women are being abused out there. But you need to speak about it to the healthcare provider. Then we find ways of helping you deal with the situation.
Okay.
Because that also increases the risk of perinatal depression.
There's also the fear of like you reporting and then the situation now becoming worse because the spouse might be angry. Why did you go report me? And then it will virtually worsen the whole situation.
Yeah. And it worsens to the point that the men abuse these women, starve them, and they get more depressed, and it affects the woman, the baby, and we still lose the marriage anyway. But when you report, there are steps, there are professionals who will come in eventually with the aim to help restore things.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
Sure.
So there is help in reporting it and getting it sorted rather than staying in there quietly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doc. Please, your final words.
Good. So mental health changes after pregnancy or during pregnancy are very common. And so we, the healthcare providers, are also to inform ourselves as well as the people out there. When somebody delivers and they are going through things that you think their mood has changed, they are not being as lively, there's something going on. Let's promptly refer them or bring them in to receive professional care so that we prevent complications. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Doc. And that's been Dr. Promise Sapoga on Health with Patricia. We come your way same time next week. I believe you have been educated. Please don't forget to subscribe and to share this video. You might not know you are helping somebody else. Until then, stay blessed.